G'day YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's toy review, and I'm going to be reviewing a toy. This is going to be straightforward, a little bit historical, sorry for the pun, because guess what, we've got the Strawberry Moon, and unfortunately I didn't have enough time to look at the Strawberry Moon. I should have done it at least around a sunset sort of day, but as you can see, I'm off the straightforward wait for at least around 18 years, that will be 2043. So, I would hate to straightforward missing that point, but I don't think I'll be making any videos during 2043. No, don't think so. But we've got this lovely moon that's actually straightforward shining bright right over the midst of a dark post-midnight video session I'm doing, because we're going to be doing a product that literally slithers around. And of course, yes, I can see a flip-flop logo. And what is this? Is that a snake? Let's go ahead and take a look at what that product is. I can see the word Dueling Jungle Snake, species 2-pack. Let's take a look. I'll go ahead and turn on the lights and see whatever the heck this is going to be about. And strangely enough, this one's got like darker coloured brown eyes. I never noticed that. Oh yeah, by the way, my hands are very exceptionally dirty because I've been doing a lot of like painting and stuff. And here it is. Costs about £9. It's the Dueling Jungle Snake Species 2-pack, as I said before. I didn't think I was going to be doing a toy review today, but let's take a look at the back. So we've got a... Is that a Burmese Python? I always think back to myself, that's not a ball python, or is it Burmese Python? It says Burmese Python right there, but it also tells me that there is also an Oriental Whipsnake. Now, I think the other snake I was also making at that time was, I think it might have been an Oriental Pit Viper. Please correct me if I'm wrong here. I can't find the other product which had a snake on it. But anyways, I'm going to show you this double pack of snakes that I've got. I'll be very careful with this packaging here because this one is straightforward, relatively delicate. Let's take a look at the snakes. Bet they look lovely painted. This one here looks very, very nice. I think this is the Oriental Whipsnake because of its colour. Looks a bit simplistic. It looks more like a generic snake to me. Maybe what could have been obvious is the head. But that to me, it's not that bad. It's one of these things. The snake looks, it looks bland in terms of its green colorization. But to me, it's not that bad. Honestly, you can just. I think the coolest part about snake toys is that you can make them into various different poses. You can just straightforward make them look like they're actually slithering apart and that sort of stuff. But then, that's the cool thing about snakes. These sort of things are straightforward. Something that you commonly see in zoo shops. When you go to like wildlife parks and zoos, they often supply toys like that. Okay, so that's quite a very nice looking snake, Oriental Whipsnake, whatever it's called. I think they usually hunt like geckos and birds and other like mammals such as rats. I don't know, I might be totally wrong. But these things look really cool. And they do camouflage in the jungle, which is why that green colorization looks very, very shiny. I would have actually preferred if there was more like white on the bottom here, of course. But then, hey, ho-hum. The other snake I'm going to take a look at, which is quite interesting, is this Burmese Python. To me, it looks more like a ball python. What I really don't like is the overspraying of painting right there. It's more to do with the fact that the brown is everywhere. There's a tongue right there. Whoopsie. Sorry about that. I think the mouth was going very funny. Okay, you can see its tongue and also a bit of more tongue action. I thought it was its fangs, wasn't it? But as you can see, it's got a very long looking tongue. Yes, something hysterical this time, hey? I'm not really a big fan of the snakes, mainly because they don't have any legs. I prefer creatures having legs or anything like that because, they're a lot much more dynamic, of course. But this one is quite stunning. As you can see, this snake has got like a very weird... It looks like a bird head to me. But this snake looks fairly nice. It would have made sense if there was like little nostrils on the end of that snake. Very amazing Burmese Python. I'm pretty sure it's a juvenile because they are meant to look like that. And of course you can make different poses for your snake and that sort of stuff. It's yellow with brown patterns on it. It's not that very detailed, but this snake has got everything on it. It's one of these things where, you know, for a toy like that, man, it's actually straightforward, pretty well made. And I am straightforward. Oh man, there's a bit of a historical note. Sorry for the pun. I feel like it's time for me to end that video. But before that, there's a bit of roughen up painting right there. I don't know. There's a black blot right there, which I really don't like. But then, hey, you know, how could I really never waste my time doing a toy review relating all about snakes? There you go. There's a tongue right there. There's more of that speckling right there of brown and yellow. Makes it fairly realistic, that thing, that snake. And it's interesting to have tails like that, which is a bit strange, considering it looks more like a dummy tail. But I mean, hey, you know, it's a fairly interesting design. You know, who knows? I mean, how could I never go wrong uncovering a toy like that? Whew, man, I feel like I need to go ahead and do a bit of fixing up and a bit of detailing and that sort of whatnot. Because hey, you know what? I'm almost straightforward dead tired to do one of these toy review things, but hey, we've finally got it in the end. Anyways, with a bit of a hysterical note, sorry for the pun, time for me to go ahead and put those snakes back, because I've got a mock exam to straightforward finish off later on in the morning. And I'll tell you what, it will be stinking hot, but I'll tell you what, hey, it's the perfect temperature for snakes, especially those two that I reviewed. Anyways, in this pretty hysterical video, sorry for the pun, please give this video a very good like, subscribe more for flat toy reviews in the future, and as always, thanks so much for watching, and bye for now.